Thank God. Thank God we're playing this game.
Why?
Why? Because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, that's why.
I'm not sure what the alternative is at this point. Oh, with the single player. I bet you can just jump in.
Hang on, April.
I think I can, maybe. Hold on. You might have to just restart this.
Yeah, we're cool. Yes.
Okay. Anyway, off to a bit of a rough start. But the alternative would be another Xbox Live indie game. And as much fun as Protect Me Night was...
it's rare you find an XBLIG game like that.
Yeah, one that is enjoyable and not a giant piece of crap.
I don't know. There are a couple we've talked about doing videos of, but that's it's more of a serious thing.
Also, there's an excellent channel if you're interested in watching playthroughs of Xbox Live indie games. A little thing called Game Marks.
No, we never really did playthroughs. It was just trials. I don't think we did a long-term playthrough.
One thing I do hate about this particular port of the game is that when you play your quarter in the arcade game, I think you got, maybe you got 3 lives, maybe I'm hallucinating that, but I did think that you got, like, at least a couple of lives for your quarter.
Yeah.
Whereas here, you're having to continue every single time you die.
Well, it doesn't matter, because if I'm going to be Donatello, I'm hitting X, which is attack anyway, so...
And I'm hitting A for Leonardo, so... yeah, it's fairly...
It's pretty much, like, you spam attacks, and you respawn. This
is not Turtles in Time, where you had all the depth with throws and different attacks and stuff. This is a relentless, unabashed, unashamed, steal your quarters game. This game is bullshit, and we have played this game a lot, and we will still look like crap playing it because, yeah, crap like that, where Rocksteady will just kick you out of an attack. It's completely invincible, there's nothing you can do about it.
Whee!
I do have to say that I feel fortunate in the aspect of my life that I've never really had anyone competing to play Leonardo. Because that would not go over well with me at any point in my life. I'm a 30-year-old man, and as a child it would not have gone over well. As an adult, it would go over even more poorly.
I think I don't know. Like I probably would have wanted to play like Donatello or Michelangelo as a child. As an adult, I care a little bit less because I think I would care even less if I went back and watched the Turtles cartoon and had my childhood like, destroyed before my eyes.
It is still a fun show to watch. I mean,
I didn't say it wasn't fun. I just said, it might not be. It might be a little bit cringe-worthy at times.
I think that our former guest at GMX, the Nostalgia Critic, did an excellent job talking about the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, at least, for the first few episodes.
Well, my point is, there's very few cartoons I watched as a kid that have, like, I go back and go, like, yes, this is everything I thought it was.
It's very rare. It's like going back and watching Voltron.
Yeah.
That show is corny as shit, but now I love it for a whole new set of reasons.
Yeah. I should maybe make a point of going back and watching the original Turtles, just for the heck of it.
I have the first 2 volumes on DVD. What I really want, although Amazon has sold out of them and now they're selling for exorbitant prices, is they released a Turtle Van set of the entire animated series.
I have seen that, though, that you mentioned.
Yeah, and that's something I would like to have in my collection, although at, a reasonable price. I'd even be willing to forego the nice Turtle Van packaging for just a full DVD set at a decent price.
The point I was getting at, though, was even back then, I don't know that I would have cared as much, but also, I think my favorite turtle would be tempered greatly by the original NES game. Because I had kind of a system to that, where, like...
In the original NES Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, there are only two characters who, without items, are useful.
Really?
And that is Leonardo and Michelangelo, because the attack hitboxes for Raph and Mike are so small as to render them almost useless.
Yes.
You literally have to be on top of the enemy, almost to the point where you're taking damage, because it's one of those games where if you touch them, you take damage.
But Michelangelo was slightly better than Raphael. Donatello had both the most damage. He had the slowest attack, but the most damage.
That made literally no sense to me.
But the most range as well.
Because Leonardo's weapons, as you can clearly see, are a pair of katanas.
Yes.
Donatello's weapon, as you can clearly see, is a bow, aka a staff, aka a fucking stick.
Yeah. Well, I want to say Raphael had okay damage too, and he has a pointy. But again, Donatello did more than Raphael because I don't know.
Because game balance,
Yeah.
quote unquote.
But that doesn't even make sense. Like, why give the person who has the most distance
the most damage?
I mean,
Yeah, Leonardo is a slightly more balanced version because his attacks are faster, and he has a better attack arc than Donatello. Donatello's attacks were straightforward and straight up and down, whereas Leo's was an arc. So he was useful taking down like smaller enemies, but not so much against stuff.
Yeah, but I ended up having my system where, like, Donatello was easy mode, Leonardo was, like, normal, and then Michelangelo and Raphael were hard. So what I'd do was I'd start out with Michelangelo and Raphael and just let them take me as far as I could get with them. And that way I would save Leonardo and Donatello for, like, the end.
I use kind of a different strategy. If I was playing against just normal enemies, I would default to Leonardo. If I was playing against bosses or tougher enemies, I'd use Donatello. The times I would use Raph Mike would be either if it had, like, boomerangs or throwing stars or the scroll, some sort of item, or on stages like the Dam, where I just needed somebody to soak up a lot of damage, because, my big hitters were getting bailed on, because once one of your turtles dies, it becomes a chore to get them back.
Yes, it does. And pretty much just should give them back. You're not getting it back.
Yeah.
I want to say there were only certain places you could do it too, so like, if you were on the Dam, then, well, good luck.
So even though I own physical copies of the game, I did go back and play the original NES Ninja Turtles. And why are we talking about the NES fucking game while we're playing?
Because this, as we said, you spam attacks on this game. That is how you play it. There is no strategy. There's
not too much to talk about other than this was the first time I'd seen a 4-player arcade cabinet, which is ironic because I think before this game came out, Konami did the X-Men game that had a 6-player cabinet. Now that was some shit.
I remember that, and I remember there was a Simpsons game, and yes, all of these were like, oh man.
All of these were
That's
amazing
crazy.
games.
Yes. Of course, this was back before, every console just supported 4 players out of the box.
Yes.
Nintendo, the NES, the NES had a multi-tap, the SNES had a multi-tap, but the number of games they supported was very low, and I didn't even have the NES multi-tap. I only bought the SNES multi-tap for Secret of Mana, and I don't think I ever used it.
There was a time in the Robbins household where Super Bomberman was a competitive sport, and in addition to being the fucking best at it, that did get our multi-tap a lot of mileage.
Yeah, I could see that. Like, I do remember when it first came out, they had a whole Nintendo Power Strategy guide on 4-player games.
That seems a little weird.
It was basically to promote it, I guess. 'Cause,
Right.
Hey, you
See it
can
in the
play
magazine, it's like,
play
hey,
action football, whatever.
tee play action football.
Hey, I didn't know what that meant as a kid. I was just like, oh, okay, sure.
No, I meant just,
I know it's a pun.
well, it's not just a pun, but it's just like, not Tecmo Bowl, I think is what I'm getting at.
Okay. Tecmo Bowl I had never played either. I did have Tecmo Baseball.
Not the same. Not the same as throwing 100-yard passes.
Still pretty awesome.
Oh, not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying not the same.
Nah, I understand.
The game that launched my fandom in the 49ers because I realized, holy crap, Jerry Rice is a real person and he's really as good in real life as he is in the video game. He really can't catch the football with 80 guys around him.
This game has a lot of really long stage names. Like, they title stages like emo bands title songs.
Big Apple 3 AM.
Or, I write tragedies. I don't know.
My songs Know What You Did in the Dark. But you know what? Fuck
Is
these
that a real
guys.
song?
That's that Fall Out Boy song that's on all the time. That Light 'Em Up song. That's the name of it.
On what station all the time?
No, it's like on commercials and stuff. I think it used to come on during the NBA playoffs and stuff like that. The NBA playoffs sponsored by Final Fantasy 13. I'm glad that Lightning Returns comes out during basketball season.
So they can maybe,
Yeah, cross-promote that some more.
I don't know, a third or a second spinoff from 13. Are they going to promote it as heavily? Because my guess is if you're promoting during basketball, you're laying out.
Kingdom Hearts 3 presented by or the NBA on ABC presented by Kingdom Hearts 3. I think that's going to happen sometime in 2020 when the PlayStation 5 comes out. Because Final Fantasy Versus 13, Final Fantasy 15 was announced like I think before the PS3 came out.
Don't you think that would be, considering how far, little as I know about Kingdom Hearts, how convoluted and sometimes obtuse that whole universe can be? Is that going to be a mainstream thing? Like, yeah, people who watch basketball will buy this.
It will be, and here's why. And I'm going to tell you a real reasoning why I do believe this will happen.
Disney characters.
Disney owns ABC. ABC owns ESPN. ESPN broadcasts the NBA.
Huh. Interesting. That makes perfect sense.
Yes, that will happen. That will absolutely, positively happen. I would be shocked if it didn't. Because you already did it for Final Fantasy 13, and that was just weird as shit to begin with.
Yeah. Thank
God we're on skateboards. This game is so dumb and has so little logic to it, but I can't help but love everything about it. Like One Piece, only actually. I did watch an episode of that last night, or not last night, but God, what day is today? I don't even know anymore.
It is Tuesday.
The last Saturday on Konami, and I'm not even sure what the hell was happening. They were roller skating, I think?
I'm not really surprised.
And they were yelling compliments and insults at the same time at this one guy. I legitimately have no idea what's going on with that show. And it doesn't help that I have not followed that show, and they're well into the show at this point. But it just, I'm going to be the old man and say I don't understand why people like this.
I am getting to the point with shows like that and Bleach where I'm like,
I just want to think they just like it because it's dumb, and they find it fun, except I find nothing fun about the characters or the situations that they're in. Like, there's nothing that endears anyone to me.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess for me it's like, if I'm gonna watch a show, I don't just want, like, crap that has nothing to do with the show. Give me something actually interesting, like, plot-related. That said, I don't know.
And who was driving the Turtle Man that whole time? And why did they decide to just drive off the side of the road?
I have no idea.
I hope we have insurance on the Turtle Man.
You think they insure something like that? I mean, that's kind of a one-of-a-kind thing. That's going to be, like, insuring, like, celebrities.
You're right. There is a lot of, aftermarket parts on this thing.
No, what I was going to say about One Piece was, it has gotten to the point where with stuff like that, I want to just describe it as, like, it's just so weird in anime. Anime being, like, a bad thing. Although I know not all anime is that. It just seems like anime...
I don't mind anime being weird, but...
It's a certain type of weird that you're like, oh, okay, yeah, because anime, sure.
It seems to want... I don't know. Maybe I just get the feeling from the fandom that they are taking it more seriously than the show does, or maybe people think it should be serious.
More and less serious.
Like if I knew going into it that it was just... If I thought of it as a comedy at first, and maybe it is, and that's just, maybe my perception of it going out of the gate was wrong, but I'd feel much differently about it. But trying to think of it as, like, in the same breath as Naruto and Bleach, and those aren't what I consider to be terrific shows. They've had their moments, but those moments seem to be fleeting.
Yeah.
But even compared to that low of a standard, it's...
To kill these things, just try to buy
just shut the hell up by them.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, have to.
Pizza time.
And there's this guy. This
This guy took
right
forever,
here.
but it doesn't matter because we can just spam attacks and respawn. And
He just knocks you away anytime you get close. And that's why a lot of times, I would get to this point in the arcade game, unless I had 3 other people playing with me, this is where my game would end. Because this guy will not let you up, he will not let you hit him.
I like how we're kind of like alternating our deaths, so we can totally like keep putting damage on him. More dots, more DPS. It actually kind of is what this feels like at this point.
Oh god, we're getting double team now. So. There we go. That seemed to take that did not seem to take nearly as long as the last time we played this map.
That is true.
You're welcome,
Thank you,
Splinter.
my turtle. There it is.
This would be a little bit more fun if we had a couple of people with
Didn't
us.
they just find the Technodrome?
Yeah, I was about to say, we're in the fucking Technodrome. We don't need to find shit.
Maybe like the stage name is the event that led up to.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Bastards.
Last time I figured out there was like this sweet spot that you have to keep enemies away from you, but not, not too close, not too far away to actually hit. Now I just don't care. Spamming buttons.
There's a proper spacing.
Yes, if you get too close, you will do nothing. Maybe that's just something.
I never really thought about employing footsies into a beat 'em up, but I'm surprised that they didn't devise a way for the machine to literally just reach into your pockets and take your money directly.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, that's more or less what those little ice spray things were.
They are super cheap.
Turtles in Time at least feels fair to me. Like when I die, I feel like I died because I screwed up. In this, I just felt like I died because that's the Ninja Turtles arcade game.
I was gonna say now suddenly like, when my parents were like, "No, you've got a Nintendo at home. We're not gonna give you a quarter to play." Like, thank you. You were right. I was wrong. They are just built to take your money.
They're just built to take your money, but man, this game at the time, it looked so amazing.
It did, because we were used to NESs, and you couldn't do this stuff on an NES.
No, and I
Sprites that big.
I loved the Ninja Turtles so much. I really did. I was a pathetic fucking kid, but I loved them so much.
I probably would not admit how much I remember the Turtles.
I will happily admit it. That's just how it was for me.
But it's not that I'm embarrassed, I just don't remember, like, I've rewritten that part of my memory as, like, no, I was not, like, a scary, devoted fanatic.
I sure as shit was.
I didn't demand to watch it, like, it wasn't, like, the highlight of my afternoon.
Certainly not the only reason I ever tried a pizza.
Really?
Oh yeah. Definitely was.
Wait, seriously?
Seriously, I loved this show.
I don't understand why you wouldn't, like, try a pizza without the show. Pizzas
Because I was a
are
picky
great.
eater. Picky eater as a kid. I mean, we were talking about when I was like 5 or 6. It looked weird. Had weird crap on it.
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, I was kind of a picky eater too, and I was like, if I ate pizza, it was like, no, it's gonna be like pepperoni or sausage, or ground beef or something. Don't you dare put a vegetable in there.
Well, yeah.
somewhere about 5th grade, it all caught up with me.
You're right. I was kind of sitting right under his beams for a second there.
Yeah. One thing, and I guess when I played these sort of games back in the day, I watched the shadows more because that was how you lined up your vertical.
Yeah.
Because it could trick you. But... yeah, whatever.
No, he's literally invincible. We can't do anything. Talk about bull crap right here.
Yeah.
Shredder has some take your quarters one-shot kill move. Like that right there.
Why don't you mention it? Because I remember playing like the NES or Super NES version. There was a port of this.
Yeah, for the NES.
Okay, yeah. I do remember like there being like some way to get extra lives.
There was it wasn't the Konami code, but there was a code that you could enter at the title screen. Which seems ironic that wasn't the Konami code since the game was made by Konami.
I should probably watch the first thing actually.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Does it matter at all? No, it doesn't.
But sometimes the character will turn themselves around too.
Oh no, what I was gonna say was like, does it matter? Like, if we kill the wrong shredder, we'll just keep spamming.
It's just a matter of efficiency at this point. I actually hit him out of his little force lightning deal. Okay, we've got him down to helmetless status, so we can. There we go. That went by
Faster than last time.
Yeah, a little bit better than expected.
We've maybe put this on easy mode. Is it different on single player than multiplayer?
No. Well, it is different on multiplayer, but the game scales with the number of players. But we freaked the foots, mangled the Mousers, and told the Technodrome. That's 90s, turtle power.
90s slang.
Well, otherwise it'd be like we had that Heroes in a Half swag or something like that.
No. No. Until we know, none of us can sleep safely in our beds or shells. Because the war on Shredder is a state of never-ending war. A state of perpetual war.
Foot Clan is a domestic terror cell.
It is.
And we, as ninjas, are the only ones that can stop him.
Someone created a conspiracy theory that Ninja Turtles was really seeding the American people to accept state of perpetual war. Come on, there's got to be like, some crazy out there who will take that one up.
No, it was just two dudes that got drunk and drew Ninja Turtles because they thought it was funny. And they were eating pizza at the time. Literally, that's how all this started.
Well, I mean, as a concept, that's about the only way to explain it. Otherwise,
so get drunk and keep track of all your dumbass ideas, because they might be the next Ninja Turtles, or the biker mice from Mars, or possibly the what were the sharks called?
Sharks? Street sharks?
Yes.
I don't understand why one person enters.
Right, fine, we'll compromise.
No. I wasn't saying we had to compromise. This wasn't like, oh man, I'm gonna be pissed if I don't get to enter my name. It was just like, that's a weird decision to make.
I agree. Ass is always the best of these games, though.
Yes.
and just gonna watch this because this is... I don't know why Ubisoft had to screw everything about this game. Their menus and stuff, but... Anyway, guys, thanks for joining us for this trip down memory lane where we talked about everything but this fucking game.
Yes.
But we'll see y'all next time.